Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to FS19. This is the big one in Little Norton series. It's episode number 4. We're on to our 4th day. We've reached mid-spring of our first season, so we're into that second phase of it. And like I said at the start of this, things are going to move pretty quickly in this series compared to most because of that one limitation. We don't have a lot of funds right now. What could we do with what we have? That's 101,000. Not a fan of spending that kind of money. 1267. That's not bad. It's just off the land we already have. 10's a lot smaller at 38,000. Would probably be a lot more feasible. 46, way too much. I think maybe just go with 10 for now. 29 is 36 also. So almost same price. Let's go ahead and pick up 10. So I'm very much committed to Grass Project being our early thing. And speaking of, with 77,000 left, at minimum, we need tractor, mower, forage, wagon. That is the bare minimum that we can work with. And so let's go ahead here and get that forage wagon. Okay, yeah, we're good here. So Forage Wagon, 46K is the only one that we can even afford. 95 horsepower. No surprise that this is our early choice. 23,000 capacity. Really isn't that bad, so it's not a terrible way to start. Alright, I should probably get it back to the farm, but I might wait to do that till the end of the day. 31,000 left. We're going to start struggling financially in terms of being able to do very many things in the future, but looks like Field 8, fertilization of Field 8 is the next thing to do here. And we should be able to bring, let's see, 12,000 minus whatever it costs us. So this might be about a $9,000 payday, which really isn't that bad. We still need to borrow items. One of the next pieces of equipment to look at, since we have a tractor, is some sort of fertilizer spreader, as a lot of fertilization contracts are going to come our way. If we can do it without borrowing equipment, that's a lot more money in our pocket each day. But how much do we have to spend up front is kind of the important piece for that. This does appear to be a liquid fertilizer. Yes. Yeah. Liquid fertilizer tank. Definitely. Go ahead and hook up. Don't even need a dating app to hook up here. Okay, looks like we have PTO and cords. There we go. Hoses. Alright, ready to roll, but where am I going is the question. It's field number 8 that we're going to be working on. And not quite the size of 25, but not that far off, really. And we used almost 2. So it looks like we'll need to probably get 2 liquid fertilizer pallets again. I think we'll get a good amount of money back from it, though. No idea what the expense is. Let's start with 1. Or what the capacity is, that is. So just one initially. Okay, 33% full, so it's a 6,000 tank. We can definitely get another one in. Remember, we will get this money back. But at 3,000 up front, that's pretty expensive. I don't think we'll quite get 8,000 out of this field. It helps if I actually memorize where it was I'm going. I know I'm taking a right, and it's close. Entrance is right in front of 10 there. Unless it's wide open. Second field on the left. After the roundabout. Can see it ahead. That's the field we're going to be working. Alright, that's first field on the left. That's the second one here. And the entrance should be... Oh, no. The entrance was on the other side of it, right? Yes, it is. Should have been paying attention to where that was. It's good to know where you're going, right? Rather useful. Whoa, that was it right there. Alright, that's our field. I'm not sure how wide the spread is on this, but actually it looks pretty big. Yeah, we're going to have to push out a bit here to make room. That should fit. Yeah, we're good now. And away we go. This is not going to be the easiest to see your progress on. The length between the hitch and the rear wheels makes this thing swing pretty wildly. Finding that out quite quickly. That's 100 already. Speed is a little slow here. I think 7 is a bit less than what we could or should be doing. But motor load, apparently not. Motor load's only at 60%. I'm getting that little bit of slippage here, but there's no reason to believe that we should be significantly faster than we're going. this will definitely put us back up above 30,000, but we spent 6,000 on fertilizer, so we've got to hopefully recover 2,000 to 3,000 of that, plus whatever we then make from the contract. We don't have a lot of overlap space, but we'll use what we have. I'm not going to turn this corner like this. We're going to... There we go. Right to the edge of the hedge there. Now we'll turn around. Give ourselves enough room to get out beyond that hedge. And also, I think this is already a good indication that I do need to buy a little more space away from this hedge. So let's buy ourselves that space by making a little bit of a headland here. And we'll take a speed check and see just how much faster it is downhill. Because if it is significantly faster working downhill, I might resort to just going downhill to minimize the fertilizer use. That's a big field. Still doing 7, so no sign that, and the motor load's at just 40%. It does seem that this particular fertilizer spreader is quite limited on speed. Great demand at sawmill. Yep. Nope. Not useful for us right now. So the next 3 pieces of equipment I'm looking at potentially buying or wanting to buy, at least off the top of my head. I might have to look a little further to see if there's something else that I want or need. Like some way to transfer the silage. So front loader, going to be very necessary. Front loader and bucket. So front loader and bucket probably going to be next, because we can use the bunker. We can unload the forage wagon straight into the bunker, but then we're going to have transfer it in order to sell it. So I think front loader is going to be next. After that, the next pieces of equipment, what we're looking at is, and I think I'm going to go just straight forward here again. I'm not going to turn this corner. There you go. Alright, how far did that get us? 3/4 of the way around is actually already 50% done, so that's nice. Got a little more space to work with here on this edge of the field, south edge by the road, but let's go ahead and make the headland anyway. 49%, so we've used half of 1 pallet. So actually we're right about 1 pallet of fertilizer, so we should get roughly 3,000 back. That means of the initial, 12? After borrowed equipment costs, means we should be making about 9,000 today. Okay. Headland's done. Now it's going to be a lot easier to work with what's left out here. And we can see the lines okay. Well, anyway, the next few pieces of equipment that I'm thinking about looking at upgrading our ability to make a profit off of the grass, so off the silage. So that means getting to a triple mower and a windrower in order to speed up that job are certainly desirable, but the job can be done without them. That's just going to be slow, not very efficient. So those two pieces of equipment are very much about efficiency, the speed at which we do the job. And then third piece of equipment is one that I mentioned right when we took this contract on, and that is a fertilizer spreader, our own fertilizer spreader. That with our tractor, suddenly we can do contract jobs without borrowing equipment, which means we can make another $3,000 a day, roughly. And that is very appealing, because if you could make another $2,500 to $3,000 a day by not borrowing equipment and the wear and tear is minimal, then obviously the payout is pretty significant and has more of an impact than, say, a windrower or the triple mower. And could get us into a position to buy those things sooner rather than later. So yes, a fertilizer spreader, which is something that a lot of the fields are going to need, right? They spray over and over again. We're going to get a lot of fertilizing contracts for months to come. Now, they don't last all year, right? They're not always needing it, but it's a very frequent need. I wouldn't be able to get something like this, so a lot of the jobs would take me longer, but I'm only doing one contract a day. I do have time. We can use time-lapse. So I think financially speaking, I gotta remember how expensive one is. 40,000, 30 something for a cheap, solid fertilizer spreader. It's got a pretty good spread on it. They're relatively quick at the job, even with one, that smaller size compared to others. Still, I think the benefits outweigh the downsides. So a fertilizer spreader, outside of the front loader, that is absolutely a necessity, but the problem with the front loader is that's 2 days, right? We need 2 days to make that one happen. We need to buy the front loader and a bucket. So I think my next 3 days, pending funding, no more fields right now, and my next 3 days I need whatever money I've got to go into those three things. And I think 3 days puts me at the end of this mid-spring. In fact, 5, 6. So that's already day 7. So it's late spring. We may or may not have our first grass harvest ready by that point. So I need that front loader. Then again, silage takes 3 days to turn. So the bucket, the front loader is something I need at the end of that. So we're looking at probably 6 days or more before we're going to be getting into... We have gotten into the second pallet here, by the way. And I'm going to avoid that little patch. Let's take... Where is it? I don't see it. Oh, there's more to do than I thought there was on this field. There it is. Anyway, I think 6 days says a lot, right? If we have roughly 6 days until we're going to need that front loader and bucket, strongly suggest that the first item, after what we have now, the front loader is pretty cheap, bucket's pretty cheap, we'll make that money. I think our next item is a fertilizer spreader. We've got to make sure we've got a little bit of money. We can't go down to zero. We've got to be able to pay for the fertilizer. Then again, there's always a loan. But we've got to be able to pay for the fertilizer to do the job day by day. So we got to keep that in mind. I usually try to play loan free on this game because you're playing with fire when you start paying interest every day, and when we're moving one day at a time, doesn't take much for that interest to really start bogging you down on your playthrough. Alright, I would think we've got to be getting close, and this area is so skinny. I don't want to hit this strip. Yeah, we're at 92%. Let's wait till this gets a little bit wider. We could always come back down here. This is now about efficiency, and this is wide enough. So we've got a strip behind us that we're leaving, and now another strip to the right there. We've done really good about having a very small amount of overlap, and we definitely haven't missed much at all. Okay. Like I said, we've already gone further than I expected us to go. I was hoping to be closer to that 30% mark. I'm not going to go all the way up to that corner. I know we're pretty close completing this contract, so let's peel off. There it is. Done. Done, done, done. All right, with reimbursement, that's $13,365 minus what we spent, which was $4,500, because we spent $6,000 and we got $1,500 back. So yeah, that put us at about $9,000. All right, well, that brings us up to $38,274, and we'll look in the morning and see what is next in store for us on this following day. It might be a little quicker, as I don't think we're going to be buying any land, So we don't have any land to look at this time, so we're going to be passing on land for a little bit. Let's go ahead and get our forage wagon back to the farm and use our styre here for the first time. There we go. Alright. Forage wagon hooked up. And we head back to the farm. And you know what? Let's do something. Time for another venture into something different. We're going to take a different path home. We're going to take the scenic route. Looks like we got a sell point right there. Grain Co. Edge of the map is up that way. That's not where we're headed today, though. This is that scenic route. So these are the north fields. Let's zoom out a little bit so we can see a little more of this. Got some forestry area up here. Always a decent way to make money when you have the right equipment for it anyway. That lighter field below to our right, just over the hedge, that's the field we just sprayed. So the main road just on the other side of that. And uh-oh. What do we have here? Oh, this is a nice touch. I mean, if we look behind this tree, what's on the other side of it? I think you can guess what that is. That's a nice touch. I like it, guys. I like it. GB modding. That's a interesting addition. That's a bit of a tight road here. And it is both-way traffic, so there is caution sign there regarding that. Got some fields here on this edge that I don't know if they are purchasable. They go right to the edge. There is a gate there, I see. I think they might be purchasable, but they do go straight to the edge of the map, so kind of the last fields you might actually want to spend some money on. Interesting. You know what? Let's hop out. Let's have a look here. Get a little tour. So we've got some storage in here. Definitely fit some things in there. Entrance right into a field. A few parking spots there. Couple here. Out in the open. A few more in there in that shed. Nice big shed here. So plenty of storage up here. I'll show you where we're at. So just this little north farm in terms of lands. It's tied to field number 9. And across the street, nope, it's combined. Okay, 134,000 for this farm. Let's go back and have a look at the farmhouse. Nice looking farmhouse. Very British. Another shed here. Could definitely fit your harvester in there. Oh, nice touch. Got a John Deere 6170R. Looks like she's got a flat or getting some work done on this right rear axle. engine cover off and on this old rusted flatbed. Yeah, this old barn here. Cool. I like it. Nice little country farm. Glad we're on this little side private road because traffic would not be ideal in this situation. Grass field, decent grass field right there. That might be field 12. Which is definitely one of the ones that looking at purchasing sooner rather than later. I do believe it is. Yeah, that's the entrance right here. That's, I think, 10 or something like that. 10 and 12 or 11 and 12. So we got a car coming to our left. How about to the right? Looks like we're okay. And this is our farm here. Now, for now, eventually we'll be splitting up and using both parts of the farm storage-wise, but as we are only just beginning to accumulate a few pieces of equipment, we have plenty of space right here at the farmhouse. Turn around back up into this space. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. And bye for now.